Thank you so much for joining us once again right at the top of the hour. My name is Patricia Lukoma Mpango. Mugalu Mohammed is with us on sign language. Now into the bulletin, President Museveni has cautioned the people of East Africa against divisionism, saying it's a setback to the region. The president made these remarks today during the 60th Zanzibar Revolution anniversary celebrations held at a Man Sports Complex in Zanzibar. According to President Museveni, it was a good idea for Zanzibar to unite with Tanganyika to form a united republic of Tanzania, since togetherness was always a preposition of the Pan-Africanists like Mzee Julius Nyerere.
Ziko karibu na zetu. Baadaye kidogo alikubaliana na Mwalimu Nyerere kufanya muungano wa Tanganyika na Zanzibar. Hayo makubaliano yalikuwa mchango mkubwa kwa juhudi zetu sisi wa Pan-Africanist, kwa sababu sisi tukiongozwa na Mwalimu tunakubali, tunaamini kwamba Afrika haiwezi kuendelea bila kuungana. Tumekuwa na mvutano wa kamba wa kimawazo kati ya watu wa aina mbili. Aina ya kwanza ni wana mapinduzi kama Mwalimu, kama Mzee Karume, kama Nkrumah na sisi wafuasi wao.
Well, now apparently from that particular event, the president has already returned in Tanzania, and we definitely do have more on that. As you could see in those pictures, the Vice President, Jessica Alupo, welcomed the President back, of course, with other government leaders. As we move ahead, ahead of the upcoming non-aligned movement summit in Uganda, 30 heads of state, including the UN General Assembly President Denis Francis, have confirmed their attendance. Permanent Secretary, Ministry of Foreign Affairs, Vincent Bajire, shared this information during an inspection tour by the National Organizing Committee for NAM and J77 Plus China Summit.
Uganda is set to host the two summits at the Speak Resort Convention Center in Munyonyo starting Monday, January 15th, 2024. Permanent Secretary, Ministry of Foreign Affairs, Vicente Bajire, mentioned the kickstart of business forums on the margins of the summits at the Serena Hotel.
Starting Monday, we shall have a business forum on the margins of these two summits, and that business forum will be held in Serena, Kampala. As we speak, as of this morning, we have over 100 investors that have come from NAM member states that are willing to invest in this country, and a team led by the Ministry of Trade, as well as Finance, and ourselves, Investment Authority, are going to be presenting bankable projects.
Bajire highlighted Uganda's anticipated benefits from hosting the NAM and G77 plus China summits.
Uganda is going to get what I may refer to as a diplomacy dividend. We are going to have attention as a country for the next 3 years for chairing NAM, as well as chairing G77 this entire year, and that in many ways will attract tourists to our country. So these delegations are coming to spend money in our country. And I must say, not many will come with their food. They are going to eat food that comes from our citizens, our farmers, and indeed, we are confident that the benefit thereafter will be big.
He confirmed that 30 presidents are set to attend the NAM summit in Uganda.
The number is 30. Then we have around 6 vice presidents, around 6 premiers, prime ministers, and a very big list of ministers responsible for foreign affairs. As he has mentioned, the Secretary General of the UN will be here with us. The President of the General Assembly will be here with us, and those alone attract a very huge constituency.
Being the first country to host these summits consecutively, Uganda earns international credit. Andonia Ayebari, Ambassador and Permanent Representative of Uganda to the United Nations, emphasized the impact of such international summits on the country.
You're having a gathering here that is next to the UN General Assembly, and that is significant. Also, in addition to heads of states and government, rarely the President of the UN General Assembly and the UN Secretary General to be in one place. They are here. And that really talks the importance of this summit. All the political issues that range from conflict, governance issues, human rights, respect for international law, are all really in broad terms the issues that are under discussion. Then you have the economic and social issues, the issues of debt, the issues of financing for development, digital cooperation, poverty eradication. Those are really broadly the issues.
The Permanent Secretary, Ministry of ICT and National Guidance, Dr. Amina Zawede, calls upon Ugandans to stay hospitable during this period.
We pray and hope for your cooperation as we market Uganda and promote Uganda as a destination for hosting good conferences, but also a destination for various investments.
The key discussion agenda for the NAM and G77 plus China summits aims to achieve shared global affluence in tourism, multilateral trade and investment, while addressing the interests of developing countries. Justin Nakami in Munyonyo, Kampala.
Traffic police has gazetted Entebbe Expressway and Northern Bypass as the main routes for the forthcoming non-aligned movement. And of course, this is from 15th of January to 23rd of January 2024. Other motorists are prohibited from these routes, while other traffics will be diverted and borders will be suspended.
The Police Directorate of Traffic and Road Safety has issued a route chart to guide the public during key summits in Kampala. The chart gazettes Entebbe Expressway to Speak Resort Munyonyo as the main route for guests. Entebbe Expressway to Northern Bypass, connecting to Waisi, Mulago Roundabout, leading to Yusufre Road to Nile Avenue, is another main route gazetted for summit attendees.
It should be noted that the summit route, which is Kampala-Entebbe Expressway to Speak Resort Munyonyo, covers a stretch from Entebbe International Airport via Kajansi Interchange. The corridor is expected to be tightly regulated and with the diversions and holding of traffic and other road users.
Major diversions established as per the traffic police route chart and G77 plus China summits include Mpala to Entebbe Highway, Kisubi to Nakauka. Those from Entebbe to Kampala will be diverted at Kajansi to Lubowazana. Other diversions are Kigo traffic lights, Mutungo, Sentema, Busabala, and Chibando.
Any motorist approaching Munyonyo and Gaba Road will be diverted to UCB Road to access Buziga Rukuri. At Northern Bypass, there will be a diversion at Busega flyover and at a slip road to restrict vehicles from accessing the Kampala-Entebbe Expressway.
No motorcycles will be allowed on main NAM roads, and those staying along these roads are advised to plan their journeys earlier and follow traffic guidelines.
No motorcycles will be allowed to access the summit route, that is Entebbe Airport to Speak Resort Munyonyo. Some border stages along the summit routes and hotels where the visiting heads of states will be residing will be relocated and absorbed into other stages during the summit period.
Meanwhile, in Kampala Central and Makindye divisions, all border stages are suspended during major summits. At least 48 border stages in Kampala Central have been suspended, and in Makindye division, 190 stages are suspended to allow smooth traffic flow.
We have identified and have commenced the removal of stages from specified summit routes. We have intensified enforcement, and together with the Uganda Police, we are rigorously enforcing the Traffic and Road Safety Act.
However, borders can work within these divisions without staging in one position. As KCCA plans to leverage on this directive to implement the City Transport Strategic Plan.
After the summits, and we shall regulate the border stages across the 5 divisions of Kampala, as well as enforce the relevant guidelines. Part of those guidelines shall be, we expect not more than 10 border bikes at each of the stages that I'm going to mention. And these stages are going to be 1 kilometer apart.
The announced route chart by traffic police will be enforced by inter-security agencies with the support from KCCA, effective from 15th till 23rd of January 2024, when these 2 major summits will end. Abdul Nasiri Lobwama and Rogers Komagum for UBC.
The inter-security agencies have confirmed strategic deployment intended to protect different heads of state and government representatives that are coming to attend the 2 high-profile summits, the 9 aligned movement and the G77 plus China summit slated for next week in Kampala.
The overt and covert security deployments in strategic positions target to enhance security of delegates coming to attend the non-aligned movement and G77 plus China summits. The screening technology has been deployed while police air and drone surveillance plus UPDF Air Force have been initiated for any uncertainty.
We have deployed search and screening technology. We have dedicated K9 teams and that are being utilized through the event from the airport up to these venues.
Emergency coordination policing centers have been established with special interconnections to monitor the environment, especially at Speak Resort Munyonyo, tracking through main routes to the residences of summit attendees.
And even communication centers in these 18 divisions are already in place. Our specialist response teams are in place. They are already at selected locations. And of course, we have those who are also patrolling in their rapid formations.
Security has assured the public that the country has no terror threats or security spillovers.
We warmly welcome them to the Pearl of Africa, and also to, first of all, reassure them that at this stage, we do not have any specific threats that have been directed towards the summit. So together with the organizers of the summits, the joint securities agencies are going to continue working together to ensure that the event has the most appropriate safety and policing plan.
Meanwhile, the Directorate of Fire and Rescue Services has designated special coordination sectors for easy and swift responses.
In case there is an incident anywhere, our teams have been instructed to work in a mutually coordinated manner. So they will be doing what we call mutual support. For instance, if there is an incident, say in Kololo, the team from Kawempe will come and assist. The team from our fire quarters will also come and assist.
Police and other sister security agencies have deployed patrol units on main summit routes and feeder routes to ensure the safety of attendees. The public is urged to cooperate with the security to ensure smooth operations in policing these summits. Patricia Nandago for UBC.
Now, in just a period of 1 year, the government of Uganda, under a joint venture agreement with Mira Investment Limited, has managed to construct a multi-billion convention center at Speak Resort Munyonyo. The convention center, whose seating capacity is 4,000, is now ready to host the two summits, the Non-Aligned Movement and G77 Plus China Summit, starting on Monday, 15th January 2024.
In 2022, Government of Uganda entered a joint venture agreement with Mira Investment Limited for construction of Speak Resort Convention Center. The facility was presumed as one which would host delegates coming to Uganda for the Non-Aligned Movement and G77 Plus China Summits. With its construction now complete and the summits are at our doorsteps, this is how the over 4,000-seater auditorium looks like. Furnished with modern uptake chairs, giant flat screens, inbuilt sound systems, among other features, the center is the first of its kind in Uganda and in East Africa.
First of all, I want to take this opportunity to commend Dr. Sudhir and his team for putting up that magnificent structure within a short period, and genuinely so.
Although the interior design makes it look more of an imported island, to your surprise, this all has been done by Ugandans.
And to say as well that we have held summits in the past in a marquee, but now we have a structure, and I want to say categorically and emphatically that the structure is usable.
The convention center has 12 high-end conference halls and meeting rooms, a floating restaurant which can host over 500 guests, and a multi-purpose hall. The non-aligned movement and G77 plus China summits are just at the door, beginning Monday 15th January 2024. But between me and you, this convention center will be here for generations. I'm Robert Onyango for UBC News here at Munyonyo.
The Ministry of Finance, Planning and Economic Development has asked for time to scrutinize key priority areas as presented in the budget framework paper for financial year 2024-2025 and to ensure positive outcomes. Ramadan Gobi, the Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Finance and Secretary to Treasury, responded to a number of queries by members of Parliament sitting on the Budget Committee.
Under the theme, full monetization of the Ugandan economy through commercial agriculture, industrialization, expanding and broadening services, digital transformation and market access, Government of Uganda projects the economy to grow up to 6.5% by the end of financial year 2024-2025, considering the interventions, notwithstanding the parish development model, a Myoga and agricultural credit facility, among others. In addition to the fundamental programs earmarked to spur the economic growth, including peace and security, roads, electricity and investing in the people of Uganda, government has identified 5 key growth areas under the overall strategy of economic growth. Tourism development tops the list, followed by agro-industrialization, mineral-based industrial development, oil and gas development, and the knowledge economy.
We have 10 programs that have failed. They are below 50%. Why do we continue to allocate funds to areas that are not compliant with the law, in line with the Certificate of Climate Responsiveness?
However, the finances and the inconsistencies between the growth and revenue targets do not add up well, raising questions from the members of Parliament sitting on the Budget Committee, chaired by Patrick Isiaji, the Kachumbala MP.
And we know that tourism is one of the main drivers of our economy. With the money that we are getting, we expect more investment if we are to get more returns into it. But you're planning to reap more money and you're projecting that we are going to get more money without investing.
We have monies we have put in roads, which supports tourism. We have monies we have put in security, which support tourism. We have monies in electricity, water and the rest. In other words, there are several facilitating factors.
The Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Finance, Planning and Economic Development, Ramadan Gobi, chipped in to request the committee for time in order to scrutinize the controversial areas and report back to Parliament.
Let us first scrutinize those. Are these the right priorities? Then after that, when we come back with the detailed estimates, let us now be put to task to see how these are matching with the allocations.
Gobi defended the proposed investment in the tourism industry, including enhancing infrastructure like tourism roads, internet and marketing, and branding Uganda.
Because in this BFP, all the 20 programs have been broken down in areas of priority. That much as we have so many things in tourism, we are going to concentrate, number one, on getting the infrastructure to those tourism destinations, and also within the destinations improve.
Details, if you are talking about money for tourism supported in telecom, you show us the action and how much. If money is for roads to support tourism, like we have done oil roads, you have to bring the specific. And if it's water, you tell us now water is going to be moved from this area to support tourism, the investment is this amount. So that the oversight role of members becomes easier.
Nevertheless, PSST Gobi says Uganda still has enough space to increase its tax base with the increasing informal businesses that need to be taxed.
So we need to support URA to collect, but also support us now to, they call it a net, the net of those who are paying. Although Honorable Katesh was saying reality has now hit us, we realize we can't expand tax GDP ratios, we believe that we still have fertile ground to expand the tax base.
The National Budget Framework Paper for Financial Year 2024-2025 is projected at 52.72 trillion and prepared in compliance with the requirements of the Equal Opportunities Commission. Daniel Mugoya, Gloria Gwitabinji, UBC News.
Members
have been urged to go beyond mere wealth and exhibit a human heart in supporting livelihoods of vulnerable children in their communities. This call comes as co-presidents of Empire Consulting, Francesca D'Ambrosio and Jessica Lumumba from Canada, have demonstrated extraordinary kindness by providing shelter and basic necessities to children they encountered vending in Kamocha Mulimira zone.
It was Sentongo Hamisi, a child bearing the scars of a brutal police assault near Acacia, who unwittingly drew Good Samaritans Francesca D'Ambrosio and Jessica Lumumba into a story of hardship and resilience.
Ganda wangoyo mutwaro banakazi na musika ya veri na nkube ekigawa nino nenga wansi namugamba yakyankube ekigawa ate natwala n'ebintu byange.
Learning of his family's plight, cramped in a single room, still reeling from the assault's aftermath, D'Ambrosio and Lumumba felt a call to action. Their business trip initially temporarily extended as they sought to alleviate the family's dire situation.
The following day, that's exactly what happened. We scoured the whole area and we found the child that was injured. And he brought us to his mother, alongside his brothers, sisters, and other children that she's taken in. Without having nothing, this woman is a single mother of 4 herself, took in 2 extra street kids.
These children lived in, and we saw the way that they were living. I was at a loss for words. You know, she showed me inside their home. The size of the room was maybe 8 by 10. And in that room was crammed in 2 bunk beds. And she has everybody sleeping on top of each other, and there's no space for nothing. She has the cooking pot inside the home, so you pray there's not a fire. And when it rains, all the sewage and the raw water filters downstream and floods their home.
Touched by their circumstances, the Empire Consulting co-presidents went beyond immediate needs. Recognizing the family's cramped one-room accommodation, they decided to provide them with a decent and safe place to live. Their efforts, documented on social media, garnered overwhelming support, fueling their mission to offer sustainable help.
Rent is covered for an entire full year. She has a business loan from us that she doesn't have to pay back for a full year, right? With no interest, obviously. And then we'll make terms that are agreeable to her, but at least now she has a way to sustain her family.
More the better, the more the merrier, right? The more money we can collect, the more that we can help. Right now we've just started and we've been able to secure a 1-year lease for a family to stay in.
Dr. D'Ambrosio officially handed over the keys to a new house in Chanja to the children's mother, Nanono Sylvia, and this event was graced by the presence of music artist and entrepreneur Daniel Kazibwe, commonly known as Ragadi, who commended the consultant's selfless act.
Gattako n'omuzzukulu wa 8, gattako bennyamba ba 9 ne 10. So
to me, I call it having a heart. I call it a spirit that works in people that God speaks into. You know, God speaks to you and you have to help. The spirit of giving, the spirit of giving back to people you don't even know.
D'Ambrosio and Lumumba also unveiled their long-term plan for this initiative, aptly named Dice and Rich, after a prominent fashion designer colleague.
We're going to be supplying her with all the products she needs to sell, like whether it be fresh produce or whether it be things like charcoal or oil or rice, things that she can have in bulk that she can sell to people. And then through Shaban and his foundation, which is Dice Rich, employing 2 of the older boys, he'll be taking them under his wing, mentoring them, teaching them how to sew, because they're very interested in fashion. He'll be guiding her, mentoring her, teaching her how to keep a ledger, teaching her how to budget.
The story of Hamisi and his family prompted a deeper reflection. Francesca D'Ambrosio highlights the paralysis that often paralyzes wealthy Ugandans to the face of such adversity, unsure of how to initiate help.
I choose to believe that everybody would love to solve a problem, but most people feel paralysis and they don't know where to start. They think, if I go into this neighborhood, they're going to rob me. Or if I go into this neighborhood, if I give them one thing, they're going to always keep asking me for money. But it's not about that. It's about figuring out a plan to make their lives now self-sustainable.
I'm Nafka Farida and Juman Samba in Chanja.
Very beautiful and right on a good cause. The National Blood Bank has received a boost of blood units thanks to the blood donation drive launched by the I&M Bank in Uganda. I&M Bank management justifies the initiative as purely a platform to create shared values with their stakeholders.
It's my noble cause as a Ugandan to save my country with the little I have on my body.
Oh, this is my second time I'm donating. Last year I donated, this year again.
I request everyone who is fit and fine to come and donate. If you donate your blood, this blood will help someone, who those are required. So please come out and donate your blood.
We had 2 blood donation drives. We had one here at our head office, Kingdom Kampala. Another one is happening in Jinja, outside our branch. And on Monday, we're going to have a blood donation drive at our Arua branch. Then we'll be having different blood donation drives across all our branches. As I&M Bank Uganda, we are going to carry out different initiatives to give back to our communities and appreciate them. Yes, in Uganda we may have made 3 years, but our mother group is making 50 years and it's a big milestone. And what better way to give back to communities than being part of a blood donation drive that we are sure is going to save a lot of lives.
And over to Kagadi, more than 5,000 residents and local leaders from over 10 villages and 3 sub-counties and town councils of Kagadi district and the neighboring districts are living in great fear and panic over the continuous invasion and attacks by the troop of chimpanzees. The animals have reportedly destroyed crops and have killed children. The most affected sub-counties and town councils include Mohoro Town Council, Chanaisoke, Bwikara, Mpefu, and Chaterekera, all bordering Bugoma and Kangombe Central Forest Reserve on the shores of Lake Albert and Kagadi, Chikube, and Chenjejo districts.
At least 7 children have been injured and killed by chimps from over 10 villages, including Karuswiga, Kahyoro, Nyanseke, and Igulika, among others, in Muhoro Town Council, Chenzige, and Chanaisoke sub-counties.
This area, districts of Kagadi, we told communities at least they should keep with their children when they are going maybe in the garden, they dig when the children they are near them.
Kagadi District authorities want Uganda Wildlife Authority to intervene and relocate the chimps to their natural habitats in national parks and game reserves such as Chibale National Park, Murchison National Park, Mugahinga National Park, and Queen Elizabeth National Park.
Konka tukashanga nawe nakimanyaho kandi akakonfirminga uko yafunde negotiations na Minister of Finance ahabwa long term solution. Konka haba short term eyitukubasa kukozesa a preventive measure for now. Tubanze tugikozese then itwenkalebe pushing a government ebase kutuyamba.
Of attacks which is totaling to 7 kids, and most of them are still on beds or in hospitals under treatment.
The director, Jane Goodall Institute Uganda, James Byamukama, Supervisor Uganda Wildlife Authority in Kagadi, Robert Okaya, and Senior Wetland Supervisor, Ministry of Environment, Daniel Businje, says translocating chimps is very expensive, thereby urging residents to live harmoniously with the chimps by desisting from hunting and killing them, as well as destroying their natural habitats like forests and wetlands.
According to our laws of the government of Uganda, the National Environment Act, number 5 of 2019, all the environmental degraders, wetland degraders, if you are arrested and prosecuted, you can be required to pay over 600 million, or arresting, or you can be in prison for 12 years, or both.
Chimpanzees and gorillas, which have destroyed our crops, which have killed our children. Many children have been injured. So we are requesting the Uganda Wildlife Authority to come and shift these animals and take them to where the rest are found.
When it is KB o'clock, you need more from your voice bundles. That's why MTN is offering you more minutes across all networks that don't expire. Buy the new 90-minute Freedom Bundle at 5K or the 200-minute bundle at 10K, and just with no limit. Katiteri ate, no excuses. Make the call now. Dial *100*21# or use the My MTN app and enjoy your Freedom Bundle today. MTN. Together we are unstoppable. Terms and conditions apply. MTN is regulated by the Uganda Communications Commission.
Metu Bus Industries, Namamve, the manufacturers of buses for transporters, schools, tour operators, and special purpose vans and any customized vehicle. Metu Bus Industries offers a range of buses known for safety, comfort, and reliability. Depending on your needs, a bus can simply be a point A to point B people mover with just seats, or a special design that includes power outlet, Wi-Fi, television, refreshment center, and any other specification. Buy your buses from Metu and support industrialization of Uganda. Contact us on 0788 118586 or 0782 030303. Email us metuafricabus@gmail.com. Visit our website www.metubusafrica.com.
Have you packed Morvin's Harbour Jelly and Harbour Foam? Yes, we packed. It will protect your skin from skin rashes. Morvin's pack. It is a new improved Morvin's Harbour Jelly. So soft and smooth. It is a Morvin's Harbour Jelly.
Tell me, kids, the sense. Any irritations? No more rashes and irritations. Movit Harbour Jelly and Harbour Soap is rich in natural herbs for a smooth and glowing skin.
Movit all day confidence.
Enyonta eno bwenumanga nywako kumiro time era nga nosako bwenva mutuyiro mu mironga nywako mu ofisi ya kwafinyera gye munyerayo hydration time yeye kagwe nywako the only
production process of Aquafina, we expertly filter every drop, providing clear and perfect tasting water to help you keep hydrated with the added benefit of minerals. Aquafina is motored by Pepsi Cola International in Uganda and is available at only 1,000 shillings.
Military alliances. The non-aligned movement's commitment to non-alignment has led to ongoing debates, especially considering that some member countries have military alliances with major powers. This complex dynamic raises questions about the effectiveness of NAM in maintaining neutrality.
Welcome back. As we continue, the Special Returnees Association, SRA, a collective of Ugandan individuals who embarked on a peacekeeping mission in the Middle East, have echoed their dissatisfaction to the U.S. government and Department of Defense. Among the issues raised is underpayment, which rose as a result of signing new contracts following their deployment in the war-torn countries of Iraq and Afghanistan.
Special Returnees Association members who sought to improve their lives by providing security services in the countries of Iraq and Afghanistan have instead found themselves suffering from unfulfilled promises. In an engagement with the Chief Labour Affairs Officer at the Externalization of Labour Head Office at Powerhouse, Wilson Owere, members stressed issues that emerged in their deployment.
I went back for the third time. I was fine. And then the fourth time when I went there towards the end, things started, my eyes started losing sight. So
This left the country in 2005 after getting professional training from the ASCAs and triple canopy security companies for recruitment by the Department of Defense on behalf of the U.S. government.
We initially received contracts from the United States Department of Defense, DOD, to offer security services for force protection efforts in Iraq and Afghanistan on behalf of the U.S. military.
Key issues decried by these returnees include, among others, underpayment, forced signing of contracts, and unfulfilled promises to address physical and mental care.
Those of us that refused to sign the new employment contracts, having realized the cheating and exploitations involved, they were sacked, their contracts terminated, and immediately deported back home. This act left many of our members in fear and with no option but to sign the new contracts with these U.S. private security companies.
The Chief Labour Affairs Officer at the Externalization of Labour Headquarters, Wilson Owere, promised to have a dialogue with the U.S. Ambassador to Uganda and Ministry of Internal Affairs officials to resolve the issues.
I'm also going to involve the presidential advisor on diaspora, the ambassador, Ambassador Walusimbi, who will also be in this, so that we put our efforts to see that Ugandans who have been patriotic and have worked for U.S. Embassy are not just robbed by because the role you played in Iraq and Afghanistan was for the interest of U.S. government.
Each of these returnees was supposed to be paid $5,666 US per month. However, this was known to be Lydia Chomkama, Joseph Muyingo, UBC News.
Ricky Rapper co-founded Safe Border to make day-to-day commuting safer for everyone. He and his team have added a professional touch to an informal sector with the help of technology. From humble beginnings to the Forbes Africa 30 Under 30 list, Ricky brings a unique perspective to the boda business since he too started out as a rider. With Safe Boda scaling its operations, we know that this is just the beginning. Ricky, keep moving. You are unstoppable. MTN, the Unstoppable Network, celebrates you. Download the Safe Boda app and together, let's support Ugandans like Ricky who are driving our country's unstoppable progress. Start the new year in style with a variety of wine products from K Roma Uganda Limited. Bella Sweet Red Wine, Bella Pruko Wine, Bella Alta Wine, Bella Royal Dry Wine, Bella Passion Fruit Wine, Bella Hibiscus Juice, Bella Hibiscus Soft Drink, Bella Hibiscus Tea, among others. Available in all shops and supermarkets countrywide. K Roma Uganda Limited, the producers of Bella Wines, are located in Chiramulindo, Chira Municipality. For more information, call 0772 506 155 or 0704 161 398. Bella Wines, savor the taste.
And into sports, with about 5 months to the Paris 2024 Olympics, athletes and different nations are gearing up for the momentous stage to showcase their talent and expertise. In that light, UBC spoke to the president of Uganda Olympic Committee, Don Rukare, to shed light on Uganda's readiness and preparation.
Since 1956, Uganda has participated at the Summer Olympics, sending athletes in different sports disciplines, majorly in athletics. This year, 2024, Uganda will participate in the Paris 2024 Olympics, and the president of the Uganda Olympics Committee, Don Rukare, says they are on track.
So currently, I would like to inform the viewers of UBC and Ugandans that we have 18 athletes who have qualified so far. That is 16 from athletics, 1 from rowing, 1 from cycling. Cycling is the first time in quite a while that we've had someone from road cycling to qualify, and we are hoping that we will have maybe 3 to 4 or 5 more qualify, maybe from boxing. We have tournaments in Italy later this year and Thailand, as well as swimming, dance sport, we believe. Rugby had a small little challenge, but we have one more chance with the referage. So overall, things are looking good.
The president also sheds light on how athletes can qualify in this small remaining window.
The federations need to prepare, so they have a calendar. Their international federations, what we call the IFs, issue what we call the Olympic qualifier pathway. And this came out a year ago or so. So each federation, for example, swimming, people are going to Doha next month in February. They are going to try and qualify. Dance sport had an event in Italy trying to qualify. Boxing is going to, as I said earlier, to Italy to try and qualify. Athletics will have its World National Championships here to qualify. So each sport code has a qualification system. So you have to look at it sport by sport. Now we have to make a distinction, Grace, between individual sport and team sport. Individual sport like athletics, swimming is time-based. So you make the time, you go. For team sports, generally like now rugby, basketball, volleyball, it's ranking. So you sort of have to understand that each sport is unique and you have to sort of go sport by sport. Here at the UOC we now have 31 Olympic sports. Each of them has a different qualification system. Right now we are talking to our affiliates and most of them are trying, some of them are totally out of the picture, right? Like football out, it's I think basketball out, because they don't stand a chance. But there are others that are still within the range, also trying. So we are waiting to see. We'll know by May, June how far we have gone.
Asked about the performance of Team Uganda since our first participation, Rukare says there is great improvement.
We have improved overall. I think each time we go out, we improve, Grace. When you look at London, we won 1 medal, Stephen Kiprotich. which was good in the marathon, 2012. 2016, we had no medal in Rio, but we had a medal in Para with Emong, many personal best and season best. Tokyo was our best outing ever, despite COVID. We had 5 medals. So definitely we came almost third enough.
To qualify and participate at the Olympics, teams need funding.
Funding is done by multiple groups of people or agencies. Here at the Olympic Committee, we provide scholarships. We have 6 athletes on scholarships. We had a team support grant to 1 team, I think rugby. We had some people on scholarship from athletics, from rowing and boxing. The government of Uganda supporting the teams. There's a budget, I think, of close to 6 billion has been planned for. So already NCS, and we thank them, and the government has been supporting some of the federations to go for, from last year, to go for the events, and they are continuing to do this. We, of course, would like more preparations, but we all know what is going on in our economy. So we are very happy for what we have, and we hope that more support can be given. But also what we need, Grace, is to be strategic in terms of between now and June. We're having discussions with federations. We need to support those with the highest probability of qualifying.
The 2024 Summer Olympics, codenamed Paris 2024, is scheduled to take place from the 26th of July to the 11th of August 2024 in the city of Paris. The event is expected to have 28 mandatory core sports and up to 6 optional sports. Team Uganda hopes to take part in about 6 sports disciplines, with the main one being athletics.
Now that's it from us. Thank you so much for being a part of us. My name is Patricia Lukoma Mpango. Mugalu Mohammed has been with us on sign language. From the entire news team, thank you so much. Let's leave you with the weather forecast as you stay tuned for more programming.
A very warm welcome once again to our daily weather forecast. Jasper Ainevuna. In the morning, we had light rains coupled with a thunderstorm, and later in the afternoon, we saw development of clouds together with the hazy conditions. Let's have a look at the satellite interpretation for today. We have the warm easterlies that are coming from the Indian Ocean blowing towards our country, and these are responsible for the light rains that we received. Not only that, but also the hazy conditions that are still persistent across our country due to the winds that are coming from Sahara Desert blowing towards our country. So let's have a look at how tomorrow it's going to be. We are anticipating light rains across central region, and the rest sunny intervals are expected. To the western parts of the country, we are forecasting light rains across Kasese, while the rest sunny intervals are expected. Eastern parts of the country, chances of light rains across Busia, Jinja are very high, while the rest we are anticipating sunny intervals across Sowoti. To the northern parts of the country, in the morning we are forecasting sunny intervals coupled with cloudy conditions across there. Afternoon, high chances of light rains across central with maximum temperatures of about 27 degrees Celsius across Masaka, and in Kampala 26 degrees Celsius. The rest sunny intervals will be expected with a maximum of 28 degrees Celsius across Nakasongola. For the western parts of the country, temperatures are likely to drop up to 24 degrees Celsius across Kisolo, and in Kiruhula 26 degrees Celsius, while in Masindi 30 degrees Celsius are expected. Moving on, in the afternoon across eastern parts of the country, temperatures are likely to shoot up to 27 degrees Celsius across Busia, and in Kapchorwa also 26 degrees Celsius with light rains, while Katak with 30 degrees Celsius with light rains. Northern parts of the country, Lila is expected to have light rains with a maximum of about 30 degrees Celsius, while in Kitugum sunny intervals 32 degrees Celsius. Across the globe, we are anticipating light rains across Amsterdam, while in Maputo we are anticipating light thunder rains with a maximum of about 26 degrees Celsius. Thank you so much for watching our daily weather forecast. You can contact our website at any time. Good evening.
UBC, inspiring Uganda.
The official broadcaster of Non-Aligned Movement and G77 Summits 2024.